From pesos to pride, the history of paper money in the Philippines. Philippine paper money evolved from a tool of colonial control to a canvas for sovereignty and cultural pride. Philippine banknotes during Spanish rule, 1852 to 1898. The Philippines' first paper currency emerged in 1852 under Spanish colonial rule, introduced by El Banco Español Filipino de Isabel II, later renamed Bank of the Philippine Islands. These notes, called pesos fuertes, strong pesos, were backed by gold or silver reserves and came in denominations of 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100 pesos. Early designs prominently featured portraits of Spanish monarchs, including Queen Isabella II and later Queen Maria Cristina, with intricate, diploma-like layouts adorned with royal crests and ornate text. The pesos fuertes marked a pivotal shift from reliance on Mexican silver coins to a formalized, localized currency system. Though many surviving examples exist today, they are prized as rare collectibles due to their historical significance. Their issuance underscored the colony's expanding economic activity and the Spanish administration's push for a more structured monetary framework. Paper money under the Aguinaldo Revolution, 1898 to 1899. Emilio Aguinaldo's revolutionary government issued the Philippines' first sovereign currency during its brief independence from Spanish rule, marking a bold step toward economic autonomy amid looming American colonial ambitions. Issuance and purpose. On November 26, 1898, Aguinaldo authorized 3 million pesos in paper money as part of a 20 million peso national loan to fund the First Philippine Republic. These notes, redeemable within 3 years, aim to replace Spanish colonial currency and stabilize the fledgling nation's finances. Design and features. Appearance. Called Republica Filipina Papel Moneda or Aguinaldo money, the notes mimicked ornate diplomas, featuring intricate borders and nationalist motifs like suns and stars. Denominations, printed in 1 peso, un peso, and 5 pesos, 5 pesos, they conspicuously avoided portraits of leaders, focusing instead on symbolic imagery. Challenges and collapse. Circulation was largely confined to central Luzon, the revolutionary stronghold. After the Republic's defeat in the Philippine-American War, 1899 to 1901, the currency lost legitimacy. Public distrust, destruction of notes, and lack of institutional support rendered it obsolete within years. Legacy and collectability. Few authentic Aguinaldo notes survive today, making them rare collector's items that symbolize the Philippines' early quest for sovereignty. The Republic also minted 2 centavo copper coins in 1899, though these saw limited use compared to paper currency. This short-lived monetary experiment remains a poignant reminder of the revolutionary government's struggle to forge an independent nation. Philippine paper money under U.S. administration, 1898 to 1946. The U.S. colonial era transformed the Philippines' currency system, replacing Spanish-era practices with standardized banknotes and modern fiscal policies. Here's an overview of key developments. Monetary reforms and banknote design. In 1903, the Philippine Coinage Act established a gold exchange standard, pegging the peso to the US dollar at a 2-to-1 ratio. Silver certificates, 2, 5, and 10 pesos, became the first US-issued notes, backed by American gold reserves and featuring national hero Jose Rizal. By 1918, denominations expanded to 500 pesos, with standardized sizing, 16 by 6.6 centimeters, introduced under Governor-General William Howard Taft. Philippine currency under Japanese occupation, 1942 to 1945, and guerrilla notes. The Japanese occupation and the rise of guerrilla-issued currency in the Philippines marked an era of economic chaos, defiance, and resilience. Below is an overview of these two contrasting monetary systems. Japanese Mickey Mouse money. To assert control, Japan replaced pre-war US Philippine pesos with unbacked fiat currency. Dubbed Mickey Mouse money for its absurd depreciation, these notes came in denominations up to 1,000 pesos. By 1944, hyperinflation rendered them nearly worthless. A single duck egg cost 75 pesos, and basic goods like matches required hundreds. The US even sabotaged Japan's economy by counterfeiting these notes, mimicking their paper and serial codes. While the currency featured propaganda slogans like the Co-Prosperity Sphere, Filipinos mocked its impracticality and lack of value. Guerrilla notes, covert resistance. In defiance, Filipino guerrillas and local leaders printed emergency notes to fund resistance efforts and sustain economies in liberated areas like Bohol and Mindanao. These notes, often small denominations, 5 centavos to 20 pesos, bore symbols of rebellion, including images of General MacArthur or references to the US and Philippine Commonwealth. Possessing them was punishable by death, yet communities widely used them to avoid supporting Japanese currency. Guerrilla notes not only financed fighters but also preserved economic stability in free zones. Legacy. After the war, many guerrilla notes were redeemed for legitimate currency, though some survived as rare collectibles. Today, both Japanese occupation bills and guerrilla notes symbolize the Philippines' struggle for survival and sovereignty, with historians and collectors valuing them as artifacts of resistance. Together, these currencies reflect a nation's fight against oppression and its ingenuity in the face of crisis. Philippine paper money, sovereignty and symbolism, 1949–present. The 1949 establishment of the Central Bank of the Philippines, now Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, marked a turning point in the nation's financial independence. Post-colonial banknotes evolved beyond utility, becoming emblems of cultural identity, political shifts, and technological progress. Post-war transition, victory notes with CBP overprints, 1949–1951. Modified from World War II-era Victory Series bills, these notes were stamped with Central Bank of the Philippines in red or black, replacing earlier victory markings. Denominations, 1 to 500 pesos, honored heroes like Jose Rizal and Apolinario Mabini, while designs featured landmarks like Mayon Volcano. Issued under Republic Act No. 265, they served as a bridge to full sovereignty until the English series debuted in 1951, symbolizing the end of U.S. monetary oversight. English series, 1949–1971. The first fully sovereign series post-independence, these notes showcased national heroes, e.g., Andres Bonifacio, with English text. Denominations, 5 to 200 pesos, replaced U.S.-influenced designs, emphasizing self-reliance. Filipino series, 1969–1973. Marking a linguistic shift to Filipino, this series blended vibrant colors with nationalist motifs like Barasoan Church and the Leyte Landing. The 1 peso note debuted as a Filipinized symbol, though it was later replaced by coins. Ang Bagong Lipunan, ABL, series, 1978–1985. Under Ferdinand Marcos's regime, these notes featured bold geometric patterns and propaganda slogans. The 500 peso note, then the highest denomination, introduced watermarks and security threads. Post-1986, Marcos-era imagery was purged. New Design Series, NDS, 1985–1993. Post-Marcos democracy reshaped currency. The 10 peso note replaced Malacanang Palace with Apolinario Mabini, while designs highlighted pivotal events like the EDSA Revolution and 1898 Declaration of Independence. New Generation Currency, NGC, 2010–present. Launched under President Benigno Aquino III, this series blends modern icons, Corazon Aquino, Benigno Aquino Jr., with endemic wildlife, Philippine eagle, Tarsia. Advanced anti-counterfeit tech, holograms, microprinting, and a 2022 polymer 1,000 peso note reflect eco-friendly innovation. Legacy. From colonial transition to digital age resilience, Philippine banknotes narrate a journey of defiance and self-definition. Each series mirrors the nation's struggle for sovereignty, pride and heritage, and adaptation to global standards.